Unless you've been living under a rock for the past few weeks, you probably know that Fall Guys is the hot new game that everyone's playing. And while there's a lot that Fall Guys does right, there are some things that most fans agree that the game does wrong. And a lot of people seem to agree that team games are bad, Seesaw is bad, and that if you're on the yellow team, you might as well just put the controller down because you are going to lose. Now, I don't think the devs are just going to remove part of the game that they've spent years working on, so I decided that I would recreate the game from the ground up to see what Fall Guys would look like without team games. But in order to do that, first we have to replicate the creative genius that is the Fall Guy. Now, I can tell a lot of time went into creating the character design, from the bean-shaped body to the oval eyes, so I'm going to try my best to recreate it. I don't know if I'll be able to. Basically, you just come over here and do one of these, add a couple of these, add some color, and there it is. With the Bean Boy complete, we gotta get him moving. And by moving, I mean barely moving at all. This thing moves so slowly that it would lose a race to a snail with a turtle strapped to its back. So I'm just gonna take the speed and crank that all the way down. Yeah, that looks about right. Now we gotta give him a dive. And his dive is nothing like Mario's. Fall Guy's dive goes actually nowhere. The only thing left is the grab move, and I hate the grab move. One of the things I hate the most is being grabbed by some random guy and having it make me lose the race. So that's why I'm not going to put this in the remake. Now there are a lot of minigames, even when you exclude the team games, so I'm only going to be recreating a few of my favorites. Specifically, I'm going to be making Slime Climb, Hexagon, and Seesaw. Now I know a lot of people don't like Seesaw, but I do, and I think Red Bull does a pretty good job of explaining why I like it so much. Heard a lot about which rounds are your least favorite, lol, but which are your most favorite, question mark, question mark, question mark? Seesaw, because it shows why humanity still isn't living on the moon and why there aren't any flying cars around. Wow, Red Bull really just said we're all a bunch of brainlets. Welcome to 2020, everyone, the year where literally anything goes. Anyways, the last thing I need to do now is probably the hardest step of them all. I need to gather up 60 of my closest friends to play the game with, but my friends list is looking kinda empty, so I'm gonna do the next best thing. I'm gonna record myself playing through each level 60 times so I can race against the recordings and pretend like I'm playing against real people. Alright, it's time to win an episode of Fall Guys. As soon as you load the game, the Fall Guy will start falling Crash Bandicoot style as it starts to match you with 60 of your definitely real, not a recording, best friends. Up first we have Seesaw, and it works exactly the way you would expect a Seesaw to work. Stand on the left side will go down, and the right side will go up. Stand on the right side will go down, and the left side will go up. Sounds simple, for some reason it still takes people years to get to the end of this level. Like I could finish a race, log on to another account, find another game, and finish Seesaw again before people are finished with it. Coming up in the semi-finals of this remake is arguably the best minigame in the entire game, and that is, of course, Slime Climb. There are shortcuts that you can take to get you up the level faster as you run away from the constantly rising pink slime. And the best part is watching the trolls who block the other players at the top and let the pink slime get them. You know, I'm starting to think that I'm a bad person. And finally, the last minigame to score that epic victory royale is Hexagon. The best way that I have found to win this minigame is to jump from platform to platform instead of just running around like a maniac. This way you can extend the time that you have to survive. The only problem with this is that sometimes when you fall from a really high floor, you end up clipping through the lower floors, even if it looked like you should have landed on a platform. Fix your game, Fall Guys. That's about all that I did in this remake. If you liked the video and want to see more, make sure to subscribe down below and ring that bell to stay up to date when I upload next. Also, make sure to leave any suggestions for games that you'd like to see me try and recreate next in the comments below. Alright, see ya.